Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to the Parc'd podcast by the wonderful women of Parc'd. Hello, welcome to episode 11. We're saying goodbye to the F1 season at 8 a.m. Monday. So Celeste was sensible and made her bed before this, and I just straight up rolled out of bed and came here. So we're gonna do this the whole time. But
so
it's officially the end of race season. So that's fun. We're gonna figure out now what to fill these weekly things with every week for the next 8 weeks.
8. Fucking hell.
Does that mean that episode 20 is gonna be like, oh, welcome back?
I think so, yeah.
Welcome back
It's
to
gonna be
racing.
the Can't wait. Already can't wait.
They need to finish up what's that word? Releasing their driver lineups.
Yeah, they really do.
So I can post my thing.
Yes.
It's just that one lone McLaren left.
Mm-hmm.
Which I really wonder who's going to take it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know.
I'm thinking, but I can't get a name.
It better be a good lineup if they're replacing my Mercedes boys.
Yes.
Well, you already have Rast in there already. He's a good driver.
Yeah. Running fast.
Rene fast.
And when Rene DNF, Rene last.
Nice. Maybe be Rene
Thank you.
last anyways. Doesn't have to DNF for now.
True. But he is Rene fast, so he's not normally Rene last.
True.
To swing things off, do you want to do this Guess Who?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's do
Which
it.
I have written between the times of 7:30 and 8 a.m. So if it doesn't make sense or it's really easy, I apologise. And I'm crying because I'm yawning. My eyes stink, by the way.
It's fine. Nothing makes sense to me in the morning, so
True.
it wouldn't matter.
Okay.
I'm so tired on this camera. Oh.
Don't we all? It's a nice little morning now. To be fair, though, it does feel weird filming a podcast and knowing I have 2 whole days to edit it.
That's nice for you, for once.
Because normally...
It feels weird.
Huh?
It feels weird doing this and then knowing I have a full day of after it.
Yeah, me too. I got work
We do
after
it so
this.
late.
I got work as well.
Yeah.
It's
Fun.
just was very, very weird because we normally film and then I can literally go to bed. I have to wake up the next morning and edit all day so that it's up. But I've got time. I don't have to stress about looking at the clock at 2 a.m. going, fuck, I need to sleep. But I can't.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just in World Cup mode.
Nice.
And that's how I'm getting over my F1 upset.
Yeah, same.
Pretending it didn't happen.
So, fact number 1.
Yes.
This driver started karting in 2006 and held a lengthy career up until 2013.
In karting?
Yeah. 2006
Bloody
to
hell.
2013 they were in karting.
I have a feeling this is not an F1 driver then. I don't know anything about karting, so I'm just...
You should get in the know about karting.
I know. For right
My
now,
relative got to bite me in the back. The last time I went for Lance Stroll, it was Pierre Gasly, but I'm going to go Lance Stroll. I don't know why. This gives me...
I feel like it might not be an F1 driver.
Mm.
They have
I
just know that...
2013.
Yeah,
Nicky
I know
Latifi.
That's a whole 7
so
years.
Latifi didn't even start karting until 2012. Like, that's when he started racing. It was 2012.
I didn't even know that.
Or 2013 or something like that. But yeah, he was late.
Well, I don't have a name, but I'm going for one of the F2 boys right now.
See, the reason I know so much about karting facts is from when me and Jess were chasing the stars and I just had to write so many,
Yeah.
profiles out drivers. So I'm like, Okay, so compared to his 7 years in karting, This driver only spent 4 years in feeder series.
So that means he joined.
2017.
Yeah, 17. Yeah, that was what I was calculating as well.
But again, it doesn't mean he's just an F1. It doesn't mean that
Oh,
he's
could be
an
any,
F1.
but he started like his, let's say, how do you call that? Like his dominant series in 2017.
Like,
Jesus Christ, this is difficult. So then it's not one of the F2 boys. Well, it might be. And then maybe they went to another. Oh, I don't know. I don't have a name yet.
Okay, this driver has had racing opportunities with 3 teams.
So he hasn't raced. Well, opportunities, but he doesn't have a seat. Then.
I mean, no.
Might be Nick.
Oh,
No, because he didn't have.
I mean, Nick, we've done it
racing.
before. I was going to say Callum, but Callum did not do kind of that long. I can't imagine that.
Yeah, this driver's had a very backwards career. Funny for the position he's in now.
Oh. Shut up. You're making this more difficult.
Is it?
No.
No.
You say this every time. You go, is it? No.
No.
And I'm like, I
mean,
can't answer, you know me.
Max did not stay in karting that long.
Do.
Well, Max was in F1 before 2017, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. True.
So, and he didn't really do feeder series.
He literally hopped in once and then got dragged out.
He just.
He was like, yeah, I'm calling it a day.
Oh.
This one might be helpful. This driver has never won a feeder series championship.
They're not narrowing it down.
So they spent 7 years in karting and then 4 years in feeder series, and that whole 4 years of
Never
feeder
won it.
series, then I feel like this.
think-
Hang on, I'm feeling like this is lied to me.
What about? Oh,
I'm
no,
feeling
'cause
like
that's-
this is lied to me. This is definitely lied to me because I know
Oh.
for a fact they have won one. So whoever the fuck is lying to me,
Quiz
did he
Rick.
not win? Oh my god.
Oh,
He
So-
did win! Okay, he did win. Sorry, I lied.
What?
This driver has won a feeder series championship.
Oh,
There you go.
fuck. That's also not narrowing
One.
it down.
One in his 4 years. He has
One
won.
in his 4 years.
Oh, 2 in his 4 years. This... Never mind.
I'm confused by the
These
3
championships,
race
like
opportunities.
races.
Let me pull it back. Okay, it's
Well,
too early in the morning, okay? This driver has won two championships in his 4 years of feeder series.
We went from 0 to 1.
Because the thing is though, is I read that out loud and then like when I wrote it down, I was like, oh, that could make sense. And then when I read that out loud, I was like, I can literally picture his last championship win in my head.
Which? Who won the F2 in 2017?
Oh, God. Charlie?
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense with the rest of the thing. Because he did 4 years of feeder series, which he stopped in 2017. He won 2 of them. Now I'm guessing he won his last
Charlie
one.
F4?
That's confusing.
Who went up with Charles? Or was Charles the only rookie that year?
I think Charles was the only one who went up.
Well, if it's anything, fact number 5 is this driver was voted as Rookie of the Year 2 years in a row by the FIA.
Oh,
Yeah, well, I mean, he was a rookie in F2.
yeah, but she said he had 3 racing opportunities.
No,
Charles
no.
is full on.
I said he had racing opportunities with 3 teams.
But
So,
Charles only has done.
Haas, no,
Sauber
Haas,
and-
Alpha, and Ferrari.
Oh, that's true.
She's realising I'm figuring it out.
Rookie of the year. If he was the only rookie for 2 years, he'd still get the rookie because he's still the newest on the
That's to
grid.
be Charles then, because he joined F1 in 2017.
This driver has just taken his best Formula One championship finish as a runner-up.
Yeah, that's Charles. That's Charles.
It was the moment it clicked in Naomi's head that she was like, hang on a second. Charles Leclerc!
Wait, which internet page told you that he doesn't want a feeder series?
Wikipedia.
Fucking hell!
But I think I was just blind.
From Wikipedia.
I think that, I know, I genuinely, when I went back on it, I was like, no, they are blatantly right in front of me that he won GP3 and F2. Yeah, and that's the thing is that when I read it out, I was like, I vividly remember him winning F2 because they played the French national anthem.
I was going to say, that's the clip of the French anthem.
He won the championship and they played the French national anthem, and I still went ahead with my full chest and said, yeah, he's never won anything. But the fact he spent 7 years in karting is quite psychotic.
It's because he didn't have like the finances to step up quickly, did he?
No, he had to wait until he was a part of like Ferrari to kind of help him up.
Get further up.
That's why he disagrees with Lewis Hamilton's statement that F1 is a billionaire's boy club, because 4 of them couldn't afford to go through things without deep sponsors. 4 out of 16 drivers on that current grid.
Just 4 out of 16 on the current grid.
4, yeah. Well, obviously Lewis Hamilton. Everyone knows Lewis Hamilton's story. Come from nothing.
Yeah, but 4 out of 16 drivers on the current grid.
And that
4 versus 16.
4 versus
yeah.
Four drivers struggled to get up into F1 due to money out of the 16.
That ratio didn't work out.
4 out of 16.
So,
Out of 16. On the drive.
It's too early. Yeah, Lewis, Ocon,
Bessie, you know.
Bottas, and then Charles Leclerc needed a fair chunk of help. Now look at him.
Yeah,
he's freeballing.
Look at him.
That man wears nothing but designer.
It's true.
Nice. Well,
maybe not styled in the best way, but he does it.
None of them ever do. But I think, it's the segue into the one happy moment of the weekend. Charles Leclerc.
Formula 2. Oh.
What?
I said Formula 2.
Oh boy, in Formula... No, look. Cover F1 first, then we'll go on to F2.
Okay.
We can speed run this bitch.
Let's go.
Yeah, Charles is good. I was so surprised about the pace that Ferrari had. Because
you guys
all
are
the
so
FPs, all the FP sessions, the quali session, we were absolute shit. They couldn't get that car to work. Tires didn't work. We were so slow. And then in the race it was actually fine. And I don't know where they got that from, but pretty good.
At the start it looked scary. Like they looked so slow. But I think because Mercedes, like they cooked their tires and what. Yeah, because Toto Wolff did his obviously like the post race, like he did his thing with Sky, and he said that they just went out too quick at the start. Like they thought the car looked good, and then just turned out that it just went to shit by the end of the race. But Ferrari didn't look sort of, well, in my opinion, they didn't look sort of that strong the first sort of couple of laps, and then just all of a sudden. It just went, and I think it's quite funny how the events of Sao Paulo has bitten Red Bull in the arse severely.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that they need to get control of both of their drivers, regardless of who they are.
But then again, I was on call to Kelsey yesterday while we were watching this, and I said like, the way Max was talking on the radio was as if he felt guilty about what happened last weekend regarding the championship. But even if he'd let Checo pass last weekend, Checo still wouldn't have won this weekend, won the championship, unless Max was to hold Charles up and then let Checo past Max as well.
Yeah.
Which is asking a lot for a driver that is going for a new kind of record in motorsport. He finished on 15 wins this year.
Yeah,
out
but
of the
even if
22.
even if it wasn't about the record, that's just a lot to ask from someone to. I think
Yeah.
one of the commentators said it once, like, you have to back up 7 seconds, because he was 7 seconds in the lead. And you have to back up Charles 5 whole seconds back to Checo, which, Charles is not just a rookie driver, he is a good Formula 1 driver. So to back him up, not having him get past, that's ridiculous. So, yeah.
Yeah, but I think Charles Leclerc definitely deserved that second place. I think all I think all three drivers that were in contention for the second place this weekend deserved that second place. Was I hopeful that George would win it? Absolutely not. There had to be some sort of shithousery for that to occur, and it was Abu Dhabi, and there's no chance shithousery is going to happen in Abu Dhabi. That happened 1 year and 1 year only. And never again.
Yeah.
I want them to do their season finale at Sao Paulo.
So
me too.
I miss it.
Imagine.
I miss it.
Abu Dhabi is just not a good race.
It's not.
Abu Dhabi is just not a good race, and anytime you watch it, we're just like, this is such an awful weekend.
It's not a good race,
like,
but the money it brings in.
Boring. I know, but it's like actually the worst. Like it's my least favorite race of the season.
To be fair, Paul Ricard says hello, Naomi.
No, I hate Abu Dhabi a lot.
See, I think the fact that like with Abu Dhabi, at least you get a lot of like nice clean overtakes. Like in the end, people normally just say where they are, but you do get a lot of like nice clean overtakes.
Seb made the race just on overtaking turns.
Yeah.
Like he was the good one, and just like we were watching it with a couple of my friends who don't even watch it. Really, they just like started watching. What the heck? Spending too much time.
Forgot what we're up to now. Boring.
Abu Dhabi.
Sao Paulo should be the last race.
I agree.
It's just like, I know it brings in money, but it is just, and it's very pretty to look at. But I was literally saying this weekend that like I was sat there and I could not feel a single ounce of happiness towards this race. Like it was already going to be a miserable race anyway with all of the circumstances. But I was like, even removing that from the equation, I cannot sit here and enjoy Abu Dhabi because there's like this horrible pain in my heart. And it is genuinely just back to last year. And like the fact that I'm watching it and I'm just thinking like, how fucking easy is it to just change the rules to appease yourself and not get penalised for it, not get punished for it? Like, lost his job. Okay. That's not going to cure my fucking depression, is it? No. And it's like, I was just watching it and I was like, I just feel miserable watching this. Like, even when, George was doing some really sick overtakes, Lewis was at one point, and I was like, and I do not feel any sort of happiness right now. Charles won. Like, well, not won, but Charles won the battle for P2. And I was like, and I can't feel happiness for it. I just feel miserable about this race. And it's always going to leave a sour taste.
There was a couple of races this season. Like, there were more races this season than sort of like the last couple of ones. That it's just been so boring.
And I know this race has been this season has been downright boring.
Yeah. I felt like it's 2020.
It's literally like we're back in the Lewis Hamilton domination era when he didn't have Sebastian Vettel. This is literally
2020 was just.
I think it's just
2020. Monza 2020.
Yeah, to be fair, 2020 had some like exceptional races with like Monza and Hungary. That was pretty good, but like 2019, I was just like, and I feel like
the issue is
bring me back to 2017.
Yes,
I think it's just because like Max has like dominated this year so massively. Like he's actually been unstoppable. Or whether that was fair or not in he's actually unbelievable. I can't even deny that. Yeah, with Abu Dhabi, it's boring. And then literally, as you said, like as the race was like starting, I was like looking at them lining up, and I was just like, oh god, I'm just thinking of last year. It's so bad.
Yeah,
it's just awful.
It's just, to me, Abu Dhabi is a write-off. Nothing good ever happens there. Well, a few good things have happened there, but Apart from that,
Not many.
nothing's really happened good there. 2 things have happened that are good there. And I'm not going to say them because it's a part of the quiz, and that would ruin the quiz. But I don't know. Abby, I don't know. I'm glad to see out this fucking season.
Yeah.
It has been
One of the
a
only
snooze
good
fest.
/ bad thing that happened was Pierre didn't get his penalty points. But it means now that he has to drive fucking careful for like the first 3 races of the season next year.
Was that only 3?
And then even then, well, I don't know. I'm guessing.
We start at the beginning of March and it doesn't clear until the end of May. I think
it's not May 4 races back to back. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just guessing sort of 3 or 4.
I'm pretty sure it's like the end of May, like the 20th of May or something. And we start on the 5th of March.
Yeah, but even then, he'll only get 3 penalty points wiped off the license. Not completely scrubbed back to 0. He only gets 3 taken off.
Yeah,
so then he'll only have 5 to play with.
6, 7, and then Monaco's on the 28th. So currently we are at 7.
So he'll be down to 7 races that he's got to get through.
Yeah, well, Monaco's the 28th.
So he'll have 5 penalty points free to go absolutely havoc in Monaco.
Yes.
Well, but points, he gets too many points in Monaco.
Yeah.
There's I don't know. There's so many races next year that it's all kind of like squeezed.
Too many races.
Yeah, too many. I thought 22 was bad this year. Like I was getting bored. Well, I don't know whether it's just because it was an unexciting season in general. We'll do like a season overview properly like next week. I'd say of like the season, whatever.
I think even if it was a good season, it's still too much.
I think we got all of our hopes up in Bahrain at the beginning of the season that we are going to have a really good season, and then it went to shit very, 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 very quickly.
Yes, thank you, Ferrari.
And it just went completely downhill. And then it was boring. And then we had one exciting race in Brazil, and it was back to boring. And the thing is, though, is you think about how boring this weekend was. In race terms. Atmosphere this weekend, out of this world. But the race itself, very, very boring. Could you imagine if we had Brazil as the final? How exciting that final race would have been. And instead we got Abu Dhabi with its really clean overtakes, and then everyone pretty much back where they started. Yes.
Yeah.
I forgot that April was between March and May, which is why I said 3 races.
That's what I was so confused. I was like, what do you mean 3 races? Surely we're not going to have 2 months with 3 races.
I just looked, and this website lists all of his penalty points. I don't put this in, but I'm just curious. So 2 points expire on the 22nd of May.
Oh, it was so close.
Right, 22nd of May, and that was because he caused the collision with Lance at the Spanish Grand Prix. Then another 2 points expire in July.
Oh, good lord.
July.
He's
So he's got 5 points and however many races until July. And then after that, it's
3,
9th of October, 23rd of October, and 30th of October. He's getting a race ban next season. And I was like,
why did he have so much in one like period of time? He was literally like penalty.
Okay, but if he does get banned, Alpine reserve driver is Jack Doohan, so maybe.
Yeah, but are they allowed to use a reserve driver?
Yeah, if it's, I googled it the other day, and they are. Yeah.
Did you
Because it's a driver.
Because remember, Lando almost got one. Remember, Lando almost got them, and they were like, "Oh, stop."
Yeah.
Did you know though?
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Go on, Pierre.
You know Jack.
Yes.
Doing. Michael, Daniel Ricciardo's trainer, is going to be training him more full time next year, because obviously Daniel won't be racing in F1, so Michael is training Jack Doohan, the 3 Aussie boys.
Oh, God, I can't take it.
He's got a good mentor there.
I don't want to, but I feel like we have to talk about the negatives in the room.
Well, I don't think there is any. Is there?
Fernando Alonso's very confusing retirement that I didn't even realise he'd retired, and I had to rewind the TV because I was like, when the fuck did Fernando Alonso retire? He just went to the pits and then it went out.
Yeah, he went in and then.
Nothing else happened. No more retirements.
Yeah. They said it was fluid, didn't they? It was like coolant.
Yeah, I think it was.
But if they left him out, then his engine would have gone kaput. Actually would have exploded. So they were
maybe he should have. We wanted a safety car. He just
but... Oh, I didn't.
Well, Mick and Nicky almost do this one.
If I saw a car go up in flames again, I think, especially in like a night circuit, like a night race, I just get war flashbacks, and I can't do that again.
No,
I can't do that again.
That spin was fucking incredible.
Oh, that was so satisfying. Incredible.
Nicholas Latifi gave us his final spin in F1, and it wasn't even his fault. And it wasn't even his fault.
It wasn't his fault.
Nicholas Latifi's actually driving a really good race. You know, his final race is like, I'm going to put on a show, and then he gets spun.
And he goes,
poor Nico.
Sorry, man.
Oh, I will actually miss
my Nicky. It was very satisfying.
Yeah.
It was very satisfying
for the synchronized spin.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was lovely. Thanks, Mick and Nicky.
The boys really said I wanted to do Goodbye Donuts.
Yeah. I want to go out with a spin.
No, that was their version of the Goodbye Donuts. That was the synchronized donuts we got this year.
I know we were talking about like not mentioning the big thing, but Haas's radio to Mick filled me with so much fury.
Yeah.
And the fact that he literally had to be like, right, love you guys too.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't get that.
If I was Mick at that point, I would have just driven my car straight into the wall.
Yeah.
Me too.
I'd be like, whoops, oh, sorry.
Sorry.
That's millions of pounds of damage. Oh, shame.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, what are they going to do with that car? It's just literally just going to go into retirement because they're going to design a new car for next year.
No, because
the only thing they're doing is tests.
Yeah, I was going to say with the like cap cut and everything. Cost cap. There we go, that's the one.
Well, they
need to be able to have like a car they can still do like tests on. Obviously, that's the last car with like full enough upgrades.
But like at the same time, so is McLaren, so is Red Bull.
But if you heard,
I know they don't have much of a budget.
No, because they told Max as well, but they told him in a nice way. They just said, I know you want to do donuts, but just, take care of the car, be careful, but have fun. That's such a different way of saying it.
Whereas McLaren literally went, oh, we ended up in the data then. That's funny. It's weird.
But the thing is, though, is with Haas. I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet. Haas have never been a likeable team since they stepped foot into the sport.
No.
Never.
Yeah.
The second they stepped into the sport, they were known as one of the most unlikable teams there were. Mm-hmm. They have constantly disrespected, disregarded, and been downright awful to their drivers. Drop them at the snap of a hat if they think they can get more money here, there, and everywhere, which, it's part of F1, really, in the end. But the way they actually react to their drivers, horrific. Drive to Survive comes out. People are like, oh, I quite like Haas because I like Gunther Steiner because he's funny. No, Gunther Steiner...
No, it's actually such bad management.
Gunther Steiner is a horrific team manager in that sense.
Yeah,
because what you guys are like, oh my god, he's so funny. There's a reason why his driver slammed the door in his face and walked out, and that is poor team management. Just because you think Gunther Steiner is funny doesn't mean he's a good team principal. He never has been. He's never once really all that cared about his drivers.
Mm-hmm.
He puts Nikita Mazepin in because of money over talent, and completely really disregarded the fact that he is not a good person. And just because he gave Mick Schumacher a seat, people are like, oh yeah, we love Haas. No, the fuck we do not.
No,
they have been problematic from start to finish, and everyone is now coming out shocked with the way Haas have treated Mick. And I'm like, you do not pay attention to anything if you are shocked by the way that they treated Mick, because this is the exact way they've treated every single driver.
Especially with like Roman and Kevin, like people forget how shit they were treated.
Yeah.
Like, and I it's not fair in the way that Roman was going through a really difficult time with his mental health, and half the time he just did.
I'm really surprised that Kevin went back. Like, I know
Me
obviously
too.
it's a seat in
the only
F1,
seat is a
Me
seat.
too.
but why would you put yourself back in an environment like that?
I don't know.
Like,
Ask
And
Pierre
like that's the
Gasly.
conversation about like for me is about Danny possibly having a Red Bull reserve role.
I don't know.
The damage that team, like I mean, understand they gave him some of the best times in his career, and he's currently trying to sort that all out. But the damage, like mentally, that it gave him being teammates with Max, having his team as his team principal, just every experience in that team towards the end became negative, and that seems to be our tradition with Daniel and leading teams. Genuinely, like I can't. They're toxic, and Danny needs to find a better team. But I think the only reason that Mick is going to become the reserve at Mercedes, which I do think will happen, is because Danny was going to be there, and then they realised that Mick was going to see. Okay.
Thing is, though, is that they've got two places free because obviously they had Stoff and Nick. Obviously, Stoff's gone. Stoff's. I can't say it. You know what I mean.
Don't say it.
And then obviously Nick is now racing an F1. He got delivered this weekend, so it's now official.
Literally delivered.
Nick de Vries will
I love
always.
how they brought the Formula E tradition.
Yeah.
Nick de Vries will always be a member of that Mercedes family.
Definitely.
Always. He is a Mercedes boy at heart, and he's always welcome home. So they now have the two roles basically free. So they could have Danny and Mick. And obviously Danny was then offered Red Bull and Mercedes, and it makes sense why you would go to Red Bull. Firsthand, by going to Red Bull, you have more opportunities to actually race in F1 again. Mercedes are pretty confident that they have like a solid lineup they're going to keep for a while, which, once you've got it, why replace it? That's why, Valtteri and Lewis were together for so long, because they worked well together. But like, is really racing in F1 that important if it's going to cause everything again? Like, I get it, fun to race with your best friend, but what happened last time you raced with your best friend? You're only best friends now because you got out when you did.
And you're not on track. Not like you're not on track racing each other, but you're not those competitive teammates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he got out of Red Bull at the right time to savour his and Max's relationship. Like, if you look at Lewis and Nico, they stayed teammates for too long to ever have their friendship back again. And that's proof that if you don't get out of an environment, when you do, you will lose friendships.
Mm-hmm.
And as sad as it is, if, Danny does replace Sergio for the 2024 season, that feels really weird to talk about. 2024 season. I can't see Max and Daniel's friendship remaining for longer than 2 years.
But I don't think that's gonna happen. I think I say that as a Daniel fan. I don't think he's going to get back on that.
I don't know whether he is going to do the reserve role, because they were saying they were talking on Sky Sports. Well, yeah, they were just saying on Sky Sports. They're saying that he wants to take it. Like, now he's saying he wants to take a year out to focus on like his mental health and like his actual like his like physical side of things. Like, train up. He wants to become like a new version, like fit version of Dan, and then come back into the sport.
Well, Helmut Marko said in the was it the press conference?
No, interview with Sky Germany.
Interview that Daniel Ricciardo is going to be their third driver for next year.
Oh.
I think what's going to happen.
And then Christian Horner was like, "Well, Helmut Marko's really got excited and told you guys all this, so well, I guess it's true then."
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is that it's debated whether it's actually going to be a reserve role or kind of like a media ambassador kind of thing.
Kind of like Felipe Drugovich at Aston Martin at the moment.
Yeah, because the Red Bull reserve for next year is Liam.
He's going to Super Formula, isn't he?
Maybe.
I thought it was announced.
No.
I'm pretty sure Liam Lawson to Super Formula has been announced.
No, I don't think I have.
Carry on.
It was meant to happen when the year he went to DTM. But because COVID stuff.
It says Red Bull protege Liam Lawson is set to race in Super Formula next year with title winning Honda outfit team Mugen, which was 9th of November 2022.
Yeah, he's set to contest.
Yeah.
So it's basically
And it's
confirmed without the full confirmation.
Yeah.
Unless something else happens, I reckon.
But from what
But,
I know, obviously it'll be a discussion between the team he's racing with in Super Formula and the team he is reserve driver for in F1 on what he can attend and what he can't attend. So there'll be race weekends where he has to be racing in Super Formula because that is his main priority. So that's why they need like a backup driver, which will never make sense to me when it comes to Mercedes, because obviously they had Stoff and Nick, and then when
they both did
Formula E on the same team, and they very rarely, the weekends very rarely overlapped, but like we were sat watching them in London, and obviously the F1 was going on in Hungary at the time.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine if one of them came down sick? Where are their reserve drivers? They're on the track right now, right in front of us. Like, who do you put in that place? You can't just pull George Russell out of Williams now.
Literally.
But I think I'm trying to think if there's any Mercedes boys in F2 that have a super license.
I don't think any of them have a super license.
They really would have just been fucked.
Esteban Gutierrez.
True. Sometimes I forget about him. I'm sorry, Esty.
Me too. I do completely forget he exists sometimes. Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Do we want to talk about... I say we have to briefly cover the sad events. Don't worry, I'll start it off. Lewis Hamilton DNF'd with 2 laps left to go, lost his streak. Everything bad happened in one weekend, and it was the same, race that everything horrific happened last year. So I hate F1, I hate sport, and I hate the W13. I can't wait to watch it burn.
Literally.
Anyway, we did have very emotional goodbyes this weekend. Nicholas Latifi, his lovely little synchronised spin with Mick to say goodbye, Gotta love a good donut. Mick Schumacher obviously saying goodbye as well. Got yelled at for doing donuts.
But,
Daniel Ricciardo saying goodbye. He will be
missed. What they had on
this
display was so cute. Did you see the photo they had?
I read his during the race. I read his goodbye letter on the McLaren site. Popped my eyes out because there was one line that it's just like, we'll always have one.
Yeah.
I just don't think McLaren were able to exert his full potential.
Definitely not.
But I also don't think when he joined I don't think when he joined McLaren he was in a position to be exerting his full potential.
No, I think it was a both-way thing.
Yeah, I think the thing was that I don't think he was ever ready to leave Renault. That was never a decision that should have happened, I reckon.
Yeah.
Because he built that team so much and then was like, yeah, okay, I'm going to go to McLaren because they seem competitive, but the reason they were competitive is because they were nurturing the talent, not necessarily hitting the peak of someone's talent.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? So they're building up Lando. Carlos wasn't built up, but he was still learning these things, building his skills. Getting ready to go to Ferrari, to go to bigger teams, and whether that will happen with that story. But Dan never needed that. He needed the level that they were at, and they wanted to make that move. There's only so much a team skill can stretch, I think, and Daniel needed a better fit. I'm not saying the environment at McLaren isn't good, but he needed a more supportive environment.
Yeah.
And, not seeing, for me, one of the big things for him, I reckon, is not seeing his family for the first 2 years, was it?
Something
after
like
COVID.
that, yeah.
Just due to COVID and doing that by yourself in the UK, it's you, trainer, your manager, no one else. And that can't be easy.
No.
Especially when you're at a certain point in your career where you have your sensitive views.
Yeah.
And I reckon that was a big mistake. I think it was a shame because I really wanted it to work, but
It was one of those
Yeah, I
things that
don't-
you knew was a bad thing before it even happened.
Yeah, I don't agree with how McLaren handled it. Like, talking as a McLaren fan, I don't agree with how they handled it. But I genuinely do believe that they're one of the least. They obviously have their toxic moments, but I believe that they're one of the least toxic teams.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
I think
At the
word
moment, no.
toxic-
I say that, but with Lando, like how they support his like mental health and that lot, and
Yeah,
Mhm.
they
like
weren't
even though
toxic,
they
just-
treat, even though they treated, like, obviously dropped Danny Rick the second they could, the way they saw him out was
I
as if
think-
he'd been on the team a lot longer than 2 years.
Yeah, I think they weren't toxic. It's just they didn't know how to deal with Daniel,
Yeah,
and not like in like, oh, Daniel's hard to deal with, in a way of he needs certain things.
yeah.
That maybe they can't.
I think it's better for me to leave my comments on McLaren to bed
Yeah.
because they're not good. Absolutely none of them. I have no good words to say about that team. And I would rival them down the bottom with Red Bull. Not as bad as Red Bull. Nothing will beat Red Bull. But
No.
if I had to put into... Coming from
I
someone who was a
think they-
die-hard
yeah.
McLaren fan for years, I would put
I think they
McLaren
have a-
so far down the bottom. They would probably just sit above Red Bull.
I think the thing is
Wow.
with McLaren is they hide it well, and that's
Yeah.
the way of the way they do their media is.
I think the fact that even I was
I'm not
outraged
really
by...
like-
I was outraged by the way they treated Daniel Ricciardo, and I do not like Daniel Ricciardo.
Yeah.
I have my reasons for not liking Daniel Ricciardo, okay, guys? Because when he was actually doing notable driving, it aggravated me every single day. And I was so ready. I was like, you can go. Get out. I don't like watching you. And now it's actually happened. I'm like, oh. I regret everything I said. And obviously, we had weekend-long celebrations to... I'm going to put this in the nicest way possible. To celebrate Sebastian Vettel's new walk in life. Alonso and Lewis are still very, determined that he will be coming back. No matter how many times he says no, they're like,
I genuinely don't.
he's like, no. And they're like, you're coming back. And he's like,
You're back.
no. And he's like, we know. Alonso's like, I did it before and I said I'm not coming back and here I am.
Yeah.
He's like, you will
It's
be back.
literally like when you go out for drinks with your friends and you're like, I'm only having one drink, and it's like you end up going out for a night, like a whole night out. It's like, I'm gonna go out for one drink. Yeah, I'm gonna retire.
Yeah.
No, you're coming back.
I'm not gonna come out. I'm not gonna come out. Oh, I'm here now.
Does one race and then it's like, oh fuck, I want to come back for the full season.
Yeah.
Shit.
So yeah, I don't want to discuss it in full detail because we need to list in one piece.
Yeah.
And obviously it's something we can discuss more when the wound isn't so fresh, we could say.
Yes.
But notable things when all the drivers gave him a round of applause when they were taking their final group photo, and there's just George Russell filming him.
Yeah.
Everyone is like, Daniel Ricciardo stood up clapping, everyone else is clapping. Lewis looks like a proud dad with this smile, and George is just like,
You know what I want to know? What's this? What is this?
What's this
What
about
is
me?
this?
They kept doing it after like the dinner. They had.
Because Alonso and Charles did it at the dinner,
Mhm.
like in the pictures, and then
Yeah.
they did it while walking over, and they
I
all
don't know
laughed
what
at
it
it.
is.
So if they had like some Simba situation with like Yuki or something, I don't know. Like
I like that
don't
that's
know
what your
about
brain
the
goes
I-
to.
Simba, yeah.
Of course.
And he was the smallest, so pistol.
True. But I think the only other really, well, apart from the run was so cute. But his little what's it called? I don't know what it's called. It's where where he was walking through all the drivers and saying like thank you. And everyone keeps
I don't
talking
know.
about the fact that Carlos Sainz got rejected.
Yeah.
But it was really cute though that Lewis was the only one to get a hug.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't because Lewis went in for the hug. Seb held his hand to shake it and yanked
Yeah, and he
him.
pulled him.
He literally went, no, you're coming in for a hug. And it just makes me think, if Baku 2017 never happened, we'd have never had that cuddle.
Yeah, true.
Literally. So crazy.
The post-race interviews when he did it with Jensen, and they hugged at the start, and then at the end. They both just gave each other this like massive bear hug, and I was just like, I stopped crying at that point, and then I started crying again.
Yeah.
We don't. After this weekend, we did not mention the J word. I literally sent Celeste a text and said, if I took a shot for every time they mentioned Jensen Button's retirement, I would be dead.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm already crying over Sebs. I do not need to be reminded of the absolute hell I already went through once before. And now I'm crying because I'm thinking about Jensen Button and the fact Sebastian Vettel have retired. And now I've just got to hold out hope that Lewis Hamilton just stays in there for the rest of time, because then when Lewis is gone, that's the end of my era, and it's just gone.
Yeah.
And my 3 boys from the era are gone.
If Lewis goes, then my whole grid is just gone. Like the whole
Lewis
grid
is
I
literally
started
going to
out
be
with watching.
80. He's going to be 80 setting purple sectors.
I hope so.
It's just not going to go.
But they do need to stop mentioning fucking Jensen Button's retirement. I get it.
No.
Jensen Button retired. It's been 6 years. Leave me to mourn in peace. It does not get better. Any Sebastian Vettel fans listen to this, it does not get better.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyway, I feel like that's a nice little debrief of Abu Dhabi. Very boring weekend, very emotional. So would you guys like to do the quiz before Naomi disappears? Okay.
Yeah. Right.
You can have... Do I give you 5 up, 5 down for this?
Yes.
Okay, I'll give you 5 up, 5 down for this.
I don't even know the question, but yes, please.
Question number 1. How long are the drivers on full power for during a lap of the Yas Marina circuit? It's a percentage.
Oh,
so,
okay.
like, what percentage, like, how long of a percentage are the drivers on full power for during a lap of the Yas Marina circuit in Abu Dhabi?
This year, I'm assuming.
I don't know if it's any different.
'Cause the cars are a bit different.
Would be, it's a different car.
Yeah.
I think it's either this year or last year.
Alright.
But I think they're around similar times, which way you can have 5 up, 5 down.
There's 15 corners, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's 15?
Yeah. Couldn't tell you. I gave up putting corner ones in this because every time I did it, I got it wrong. Okay, hit me with it.
Only because I remember them saying
60, 44, 68. It's 69%.
Oh, nice, Naomi.
So,
Nice.
little point for Naomi there. That was very...
I'm really proud of myself.
That was so close. I'm so impressed.
I am very proud of
That
myself.
was really good.
69% of the time they're on full power.
Yeah. I knew it was much because it's a high-speed circuit, so...
Yeah.
I can't believe I got that, like, so close.
I
Yeah,
know.
you got
See,
very
there is a statistics that is 68 and I can't think what it is.
Hi.
So I thought that was funny. Can't remember now. Okay, question number 2. Who said this iconic quote? Fuck.
Oh, I think I can write it down before you said it.
Who said this iconic quote about Yas Marina? The first few turns are quite good, but the rest of it is shit.
It's shit. Oh.
Oh!
The first few turns are quite good, but the rest of it is shit.
Can I ask for a clue?
What?
Are they currently on the grid?
That would just give it away if I said yes or no.
Yeah, that would give it away, I think.
Okay then. Wait.
I thought you were going to do the other one, but I had
Which
the name
one?
correct before. I can't say that because then everyone knows. I don't know if that was Jos Marie, but I think it was Jos Marie when he said that as well.
I don't know whether it's this person
Josh
or
copied
another.
it this weekend.
I've got 2 people.
You've got to think
I've got
who's
two
going to be
people.
willing to swear in an interview, really.
Well, yeah.
there's a few.
True. Right, what you got?
Okay.
Kimi, Alonso, Kimi. It was in fact Kimi Räikkönen.
I thought you were going to say, leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, I also thought you were going to
Because
say that.
Charles this weekend said, don't talk to me in the corners, I know what I'm doing, just leave me alone. And I was like, nice.
I was going to put either Kimi or Lewis, because I know Lewis is...
Yeah.
really.
Okay. So we're going into question 3. Katie's the only one on 0 points, but we know how that ends up, and Katie normally pulls it back to P2.
Yeah.
So it's never the end. Okay, many points up for grabs in this one. Many.
Oh.
How many drivers have won the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and who were they?
Okay.
We've got 14 to get.
What?
Wait, is
Thanks
it...
for telling me.
sorry, 14 races. Okay, ignore me, I'm being stupid.
What?
Not saying
Ignore Naomi. She's chatting
Okay.
shit. How many drivers have won the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and who were they?
Just gonna write out the names of the cowards.
God.
Do we have more? Well, Naomi, if you can come up with 14, I'm impressed.
I'm not. It's because there's.
If you could come up with 14, I would be concerned at
My
where the fuck
brain
you were.
went how many
Just
running.
I would be very
I was like,
concerned
how
if you
many years?
got 14 drivers when the last 3 years were won by the same person. I'd be like, okay, 14 years, 14 winners, but the last 3 have been the same. Well done, Naomi.
I don't know why my brain thought that. I'm silly.
Did you make sure you wrote a number down as well?
Yeah, I got it.
$14 years ago. What year was that? 2008?
9. 9 was the first race, I believe.
Yeah, 2009 was
Oh.
the first race.
Yeah, I'll just leave that one. What's someone that's gonna do?
I don't know. I got 6.
I got
Oh.
6.
What did Naomi
Oh.
get? How,
Oh, 8.
14.
I've just been
Naomi
naming
got
people.
14.
Hey, it was in fact 6.
Oh.
So that's 1 point to Katie,
I got
1 to Celeste. Right. Oh, okay. Lewis Hamilton. Do you have Lewis Hamilton?
Lewis, yeah.
Oh, yep. Sebastian Vettel.
Yeah.
Sebastian Vettel. Cool. Kimi Räikkönen. So Kimi.
Yes.
Okay. Nico Rosberg. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Valtteri Bottas.
Yeah.
Valtteri Bottas.
I did go.
Yep. So, yep. And then Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Naomi, babes. You need to catch up. Hang on. Oh, wait, no. I just completely ignored the fact that Naomi got 5 out of the 6 there.
Yeah, she got 5.
2, 3,
And she didn't get the number right. How you did that?
I didn't get that right.
Okay.
Alright.
Only one driver. So since 2009, bear in mind, only one driver has ever won the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix without starting on the front row. Who was this and what year? So you get a point for the person, a point for the year. So every winner at Abu Dhabi has either started first or second, except this one driver in this specific year who actually started in the second row and won it. So at least you have a list of all the winners to go through.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just gonna
got
guess. I'm guessing because I have no idea.
So I want the person and the year they did this in.
Jesus.
This one.
That's actually difficult.
Naomi.
Why do I not know? I feel like if you
Get
tell
rid of
me,
your
I'm like,
unit.
oh shit.
If you should know any of these, you should know.
Okay, so it is the person I think it is. Thank you.
Well, maybe. I don't know. There is. I need to sneeze.
I don't remember if it's
Bless you.
that year.
Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Gesundheit.
Gesundheit. Danke wel.
No, because Turkey started behind. This is not a long time back.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're gonna have the lovely audio of me putting on my boots.
Nice.
Him?
Oh yeah, guys. While these two are figuring it out, Naomi fractured her foot and is now in a knee boot, in a little boot.
oh, Naomi, babes.
It's so good. It's my favorite thing ever. I have to wear it for months.
It's crazy.
During the World Cup as well, human.
Nice.
Oh, this is so annoying. I know that I know it. I'm just mixing up years, I think.
You have 6 drivers to pick from.
Yeah, I know. Got them all. It's not that year. 'Cause he started alongside. And then...
I don't know why I have such a fond memory of this race.
Do, 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 do.
Like, it's just one of those races that just, in my head, I'm just like, yeah.
James Dean.
Imagine oh.
I think it was back when, like, Red Bull had their, like, shiny livery on the night races. You know what I mean? Like, when it was, like, proper, like...
There are multiple reasons why Celeste should get this one correct.
So confused. You said
Oh, I'm changing my year then. I'm changing my year then.
There are multiple reasons.
But it's from
No,
row,
he said
right?
from
So that
second
should-
row.
Get this. Oh wait, no. Technically,
Alice-
no.
But guys,
Wait,
What's
say
front
the
row?
question again.
not pole position, right? It's front row.
Only one driver has ever won the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix without starting on the front row.
Without starting on the front row.
Yeah,
So that's
So he's
not...
started from the second row.
yeah.
Yeah,
Second row and
that's
back.
not-
So they could start first or
Yeah.
second. It's the only person that hasn't started from first or second.
Yeah.
Then I genuinely don't know.
I can give you. Hang on.
But I can just write both the names down.
During this
Sorry.
race, the driver who went on to win the World Drivers' Championship that year had to move to the back of the grid because of insufficient fuel after qualifying.
I don't know that.
I'm changing my year again.
Lewis Hamilton suffered a mechanical failure during the race while he was leading it.
Oh,
Right. Just put anything down, Celeste. You got this.
I'm mixing up my years and I don't know if it was so long ago for me.
Yeah. Naomi would have been like a child.
She still is.
damn it.
No, you've written it down. Now.
I'm just going in between the years because I always mix all those years up. So
Okay, what did you go for?
it's right.
2010. Who was the driver?
Up.
Katie is correct. It was Kimi Räikkönen in 2012.
Shit.
Bang
started from
on
somewhere,
the money.
I knew Seb didn't start outside from row. So
Yeah.
I was confused because she said I needed to know, and I was like, Seb never started outside.
Well, the
Well,
year
that's
you
wrong.
needed to
That's
know
the
because
whole
the year it was the year Seb won, and the Abu Dhabi race that year was very important for Seb because obviously he
Oh,
had
yeah.
his issues and then was at the back and he actually went to go onto the podium. But also it was won by he wasn't with Ferrari at the time, but you know, a Ferrari driver in the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Question number depression. Question number depression. Lewis and Max entered the final round in 2021 on how many points?
How many? You cut out.
How many points they were on?
Lewis and Max entered the final round in 2021 on how many points? Because they were on matching points going into Abu Dhabi.
Oh,
How many points were they on? They were on the exact same amount of points.
I just don't remember.
Much to my dismay.
I have heard this number too many times to not know.
I've relived my trauma for this quiz. I remember that day so well. I stood up the second the safety car went in and Max got ahead and just walked out.
I hated
This is where we play All Too Well by Taylor Swift.
And then I had to go to Silverstone immediately after.
Fun day.
And we were nearly late because we wanted to watch the end of the race. Because Lewis
Oh,
was
what
going.
way round to the numbers? What way round to the numbers?
You got that James
a funny way, Katie.
daydream
Thank
in
you.
your eyes, and I got that.
I was like, I didn't want to do it in case it wasn't, so people are sitting there like, oh, fuck you know, and then things.
What have you got? 369.5, 369.5.
Clearly not the same.
No. What you
I knew
you
there was a
completely
0.5.
missed out the 0.5. That was Spa.
Not a 0.5 because of Spa.
Okay, and the last question before the bonus question.
Right.
Now I might be missing some, so I'm gonna flick through as I do, just in case I am, just to triple check. But I think I've double checked it enough. Which drivers have won their championships in Abu Dhabi, and which years were they?
Oh, I've done
As in, like,
years.
which drivers have
Won their championships in Dubai.
Yeah, okay,
So
I
like how
understand.
in 2009 Jenson Button won his championship in Brazil. Lewis Hamilton in 2008 won his championship in Brazil. So
and
this
the year?
driver, yeah, and the year. Because it'd be too easy if I just let you do names.
So definitely this one.
I don't even know for this man. Oh god, my
I
back.
think he didn't. Or did he?
Uh,
Oh, I don't know.
there's 4 of them, by the way.
Yeah, I have 4, but I don't know if the correct 4.
But they are 4. There's 4 answers, and they are separate drivers. So whether I've missed one of somebody's.
I'm not sure
Four
whether
separate
one of my
drivers, did you say?
years.
Frederick Vesti's just been announced at Bremer.
Who?
Who is what?
Vesti!
Fred!
No way, he's leaving Mercedes?
No, Bremer.
Why do you have it in your head that Prema drivers have to be Ferrari drivers? You lost you and Katie. You lost you and Katie points because you refused to believe that Red Bull went Prema.
I just didn't think Mercedes would keep him if he went to.
This is a dream team. This is actually a dream team.
Is
Ollie
it though?
Beerman and Fred. Yes.
Well, but
Okay.
is it? Because Prema was absolutely shit this year.
I don't care.
Like, they weren't even in contention for
Who's he with?
Constructors' Championship.
I don't even care.
Ollie Beerman.
I'm not sure on a date. Well, I'm just not sure on one of them.
I am big happy.
Because technically the championship was won before the race. I'm just going to say it. Max's 2022 one, he didn't win it at Abu
No.
Dhabi. So it's because it's the last race of the season. Does that count?
No.
No. Okay, that's fine then.
Because he won it in Japan.
Yeah, that's fine.
And that makes me want to die.
Red Bull. I don't want dominance in F1 anymore. I want it to be opposite.
Oh. I'm never gonna shut up about that.
It's not this one.
Has 1 year. So 4 drivers,
Oh.
1 year for each. What are you
Oh.
knowing out? Unless I'm about to scroll down and find something. Oh, nope, 2.
Yeah.
I'm so
What?
sorry, my boy. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, 4 drivers. One of them has 2 years.
Ready?
Yeah, I've only got 1 year for each. Oh, hang on.
What have we
I don't
got?
have a year.
Seb, 10,
Oh, I just
12,
read it out.
wrong. Nico,
that's sorry.
it's
He won
not.
his first one in Abu Dhabi, and he won 2012 in Abu Dhabi.
When I googled it, it said he
9.
won 2012 in Brazil.
He just
14.
had 2012. He started in the pit lane, and then he came sixth when the safety car came out, and that's how he won the championship. Because Alonso was still in contention right then.
It's just told me he's won in Brazil, so I'll triple check it again. Max 21, Nico 16. Lewis is blank for whatever reason.
Yeah, I don't know which year that was.
Lewis 2008, wrong. I have 2008 tattooed on my body for Brazil. Max 2021, Nico Rosberg 2016. Seb, that's I swear to God, that says 2009. You're getting slapped.
Who, me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
he won in 10, 11, 12, and 13.
I know, I'm just being stupid. I know, I'm being stupid.
Hang on.
Right. So I had
It's like
yeah.
9 in the morning. And I need to leave.
Wait, Lewis is Seb 2010, Lewis 2014, Nico 2016, and then Max 2021.
What I've gotten is Seb 2010, Lewis 2014 and 2019, Nico 2016, and Max 21. But that's
Well, I got
because
two
I
right.
have checked 4 different sources now, and they've all told me, because I was like, 2012 a bit iffy, that Seb didn't win it in Abu Dhabi.
Alonso needed to get on the podium in Abu Dhabi to win the championship. Then a safety car come out. That's where Seb was
Yeah,
sixth.
leaving the title fight to be fought out between Alonso and Vettel over the final 2 races of the season, which were in the United States and Brazil.
Oh, because obviously that wasn't the last race.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I was going to say, I swear, I researched the fuck out of this, and I'm like sat there and I'm like going through, and I'm like, yep,
'Cause I
okay, Seb, it's
remember-
definitely 2010, and that's it. And you're like, no, it's
Yeah.
not, and I'm like, oh god.
I was confused myself because I didn't remember like him holding the trophy and the celebration at Abu Dhabi, so I was confused myself, and I was like, it has to be because it's the last race. So I probably just fucked it up somewhere else.
So everyone's got Seb, Lewis, Nico,
My
and
name's
Max.
riding in the earth.
Yeah, but I didn't get
1, 2,
Lewis's
3,
years.
4. 1, 2.
Yeah, I
3,
didn't get
4.
Seb or Lewis this year.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Actually,
I got
what year was Lewis's?
2014
year
and
for each
2019.
Okay,
Yeah, I didn't get a 2019, but I got a
Oh, I
2014.
should have. Yeah, I
1,
should have
2,
got
3,
2014.
4. How many years did Celeste get? 2010,
3,
16,
10,
21.
16, and 21.
And how many did Naomi get
What, for years or overall?
for years?
2.
Oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, okay, Charlotte Claire. We have Naomi on 13 points. In P2, on 16 points, we have
Cross
Celeste.
Claire. Babe.
And in first on
Back to me.
18 points, we
See,
have
We told you so.
Katie Foreman. We said
She
two
came back again.
questions in, she's on nothing, and then she's like,
That's
I'm
0
here.
points.
I'm here. I didn't want to.
GG.
Yeah. She's here.
Fucking
here.
hell.
Maybe the internet doesn't need to know these things so early on. Anyway,
Yeah.
we are going to, seeing as there's no racing for 8 weeks, we're going to debrief F2 next week. That was a really horrible way of saying that. But next week we'll debrief the F2, so we've got a nice little spaced out. We can accumulate what occurred. Maybe we'll have a bit more on the F2 drama that's to come for the following season. But we're going to call it a day for the day. Oh, this was a really, really short podcast for us. I'm impressed. To be fair, we did only discuss one thing and it was a very boring race, but not the point. But thank you guys for stopping by. Love to every single one of you. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Leave us a comment down below. Let us know how you got on with the Guess Who and the quiz. If you're listening even on Spotify, Apple or Google, make sure you give us a 5-star rating, because 5 stars for our number 5, who will be deeply missed within the sport. And yeah, thank you guys for stopping by. Love to every single one of you. Adios amigos. Ciao Bella.
Lovely.
Ciao Bella. Ciao Bella. Ciao
Adios.
Bella.
Yes, let us do the bonus question.
I'll let
I
you
wanna
two do the bonus question. Rotate yourself backgrounds. This is a bonus portion of the podcast. Bye, Naomi. Naomi went to uni. The bonus question was. Oh, you want to
Yeah.
you want to see which one of you is going to come out on top? There are only two repeat constructor winners, Mercedes and Red Bull. But name each year's these constructors won.
So you caught it at the end. So just
There are only two repeat constructor winners, Mercedes and Red Bull. But name each year these constructors won. So they both have 6 wins. So out of the 14 years, they both have 6 wins. What year were each of their wins in?
oh.
God.
Ooh.
Oh.
Hang on.
Wait, all their years?
Yeah.
Or only their oh.
Well, no, all the years they won, they were the winning
Abu Dhabi.
constructor in Abu Dhabi.
In
Right.
Abu Dhabi, okay. Okay, I think I can do this. I think this one,
Me
because we just
too.
talked about that.
Me
That
too.
one, because Mercedes was nowhere.
Bro! I'm right here!
This one. Then there's a gap. No, there's not a gap. There's a gap.
There are 2 gaps.
No, there's a gap. No, there's definitely
No.
a big gap. Yeah. there's a
Yeah.
gap.
The gap is
Oh,
side by side.
Yeah,
Wow.
no, I know, but I know, but I'm not doing. I'm doing Red Bull first, and then I'm filling in the years with Mercedes. That
You-
one. Then those two they didn't, so it's that one. Then there's the gap. And
1,
then
2, 3, 4,
If
5,
you
6,
don't
7.
go for the gap that
miserable
exists,
years.
then you are not a
Done.
race car driver. Done?
we are
Do you have
Yeah,
Google
go
up or
away.
something?
Huh?
I said, do you
I-
have Google up or
No.
something?
Red Bull. I just need to
I
fill
can
in the
show
gap. So
you.
9, 10. Then
I'm
it's
trying to decide whether to fucking buy the new Call of Duty game, so I'm watching the Call of Duty videos. So
I do not have enough space, but I have all the Red Bull years, so you know the rest of it is the Mercedes.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
no,
true,
because
I
there
do-
are
I do the Mercedes
there are
year.
2 years. There are 2 years where neither of them won.
Okay, wait,
Yeah.
I'll make more space. So I have.
But that's between the Red Bulls wins.
It is between.
Mercedes ones were consecutive. So if you know the gap between the Red Bulls,
This is yeah. I'm just gonna write the last number. So just know that it's all for Mercedes. It's all in no, I'm not, yeah, it's all in the tens.
Yeah.
If you get what I mean.
Yep, I got you.
And then it's 7.
I mean, I probably got them wrong, but
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
I was just going from-
I got it.
what have you
going
got?
from memory.
I got Red Bull in 9, 10, 13, 20, 21, 22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And American 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bang on.
Shit, let's
Me
go,
too.
Katie. Let's
Uh,
go.
do you
That's
know?
what I was,
Do you know
what I
which?
said with the gap.
Do you know which 3 manufacturers are repeat winners? Manufacturers. Yeah,
That's a Honda.
yeah.
And
Of
Renault,
Mercedes.
maybe?
Honda, Mercedes, and
Renault.
bang on
'Cause
them.
they won in
29, 2010,
10.
12, and 13.
12, yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice,
Nice.
nice
We did so
baby.
well. I'm proud of us.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I'm not proud of you guys.